Well everyone, it looks like Dragon Ball FighterZ has officially turned into the Cell games. As many players will tell you, Cell is hands down the best character in the game, at least for now, though this wasn't always the case. After some recent patches, many of the top tier characters received some nerfs. Adult Gohan had his frame data reworked, Vegeta's assist even got nerfed, and Android 16 was basically murdered. And since Cell wasn't changed at all, he's now the best character in the game as a result. And we can confirm this by looking at the CEO tournament. 22 of the top 30 players had Cell on their team, so it's clear that Cell is very appealing to pro players. But what exactly is it that makes Cell so strong? And if he is in fact too strong, then what steps can be taken to balance him out? Cell is what you call a jack of all trades. He basically has every tool in the game. The only thing he's really lacking is an invincible wake-up attack, but honestly, most of the roster doesn't have that move either. So Cell basically does have everything you could want in a character. His beam projectiles can fire in all directions and even be performed in the air. This makes him great at controlling airspace and keeping the opponent from going on the offensive. And if those projectiles aren't enough for you, his air special attack covers most of the ground, which makes it a decent zoning tool and great for extending combos, especially in the corner. In fact, this move gives Cell one of the most damaging corner combos in the game. But his amazing toolset doesn't stop there. Cell also has a command teleport that doesn't cost him any meter, but if he does choose to spend some bar, he can transform this free cross-up into a full combo. And even if he doesn't manage to hit you, it's still a very tricky mix-up, especially when combined with his perfect attack. In summary, Cell is very difficult to block, especially with the proper assists. And even if you do have the defense of a god, Cell still has an unblockable command grab that can reach you from almost full screen. Needless to say, this guy's mix-up game is insanely powerful, and that's just his special moves. Cell also has great range on his normals and great frame traps as well. He truly is the perfect being. So if that's what the developers were going for, then they definitely nailed it. So with all that said, what changes could be made to make Cell a bit more balanced? Like I've said in previous videos, I never approve of nerfing a character into oblivion. Instead, I'd prefer a character be weaker in one area or another. And with all that in mind, I think the best solution for Cell is more obvious than past videos on this topic. Rather than changing his frame data or reducing his mix-ups, I think the best solution is to simply lower Cell's damage. As mentioned earlier, Cell has some of the most damaging combos in the game, especially in the corner, and this high damage output allows him to kill any character with just 2 mix-ups, which I personally think is too strong, but only because Cell has so many great mix-ups and good zoning. If we look at a similar case, Majin Buu also has fantastic mix-ups, but his damage is much lower than most characters. In fact, I would argue his damage is a bit too low, and deserves to be buffed a little bit. And if it ever is, I think Cell's damage output should be about the same. That way he can keep all of his mix-ups and zoning tools, but not be able to kill the opponent with just 2 combos. But that's just my opinion. What are your thoughts on Cell? Please tell me in the comments down below. Do you think Cell is too strong? And if so, what steps would you take to balance him? And while you're down there, please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell. That way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.